down, y'all. City shut down. But Rez and I said we were gonna be here tonight, y'all. And Roscoe. Hi, how are you?
Hi, this is Pr1ma with Candy Co-ed Conversations with me, just Pr1ma. Tune in every Thursday night from 8:30ish to 10ish.
How are you, AARP?
To see what we have going on.
I said, how are you, AARP? AARP, you changed your date so I couldn't make it. Because the weather. The weather.
Hi, this is Pr1ma with Candy Co-ed Conversations.
Alright, y'all.
It's Pr1ma. Tune in every Thursday night from 8:30ish to 10ish. To see what we have going on. We talk about everything under the sun. Nothing is off limits. And
well, all right then. You can call in if you want to.
819 with questions, comments, and feedback. Looking forward
Thank
to
you.
it. Thanks.
Thank you, Prescott.
Hi, this is Pr1ma with Candy Co-ed Conversations with.
It's not gonna be the only one on, right?
Tune in every Thursday night from 8:30ish to 10ish. To see what we have going on. We talk about everything under the sun. Nothing is off limits. And call me at 678-661-1819.
Okay, so what about this? The camera. Okay. Hey y'all, it is Thursday night, 8:30ish. It's 8:46. At least I'm consistent. Thursday night, welcome to Candy Co-ed Conversations with just me, Pr1ma. If you would like to call in, call 678-661-1819. 678-661-1819. If you would like to be a guest or give donations, sponsorship, topic suggestions, call 770-322-4022. Oh, it's just a phone number. 678-661-1819.
The green one.
Thing.
Push it out.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. All right. We're going to start as usual, y'all. We have a special guest with us tonight. However, we're going to follow like we normally do. I would like for you to introduce yourself. Tell us one word that describes how you feel right now and how your week has gone thus far. So, want me to go first, guys? I'll go first. That'll give y'all time to get ready. My name's Pr1ma, and I am cold. I am present, and my week has been hibernating in slow motion and kind of questioned if we were going to be open in here today because, you know, Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, we shut down when we get some snow. We get ice and snow. So, yay, that's been my week and how I feel right now. Either of you gentlemen?
Okay, I'll go next.
Yay.
Hi, my name is Reds, and I feel fabulous.
Fabulous.
It's Aquarius season. I feel fabulous right now. So pick up all my fellow Aquarians, and regardless of the weather, I feel fabulous.
Fabulous. Okay. And your week has been
My
fabulous.
week has been fabulous.
Okay.
Nothing can stop my week from being bad.
Okay, because the Aquarius season, y'all. Aquarius season. Oh, Harold says she's on the way. All right, we'll see you when you get here, girl. You're going to share with us in a minute why it's so fabulous. And how about you, young man?
I am Roscoe, and my week has been magnificent. No matter how cold it's been wonderful and magnificent.
Okay. And how do you feel right now?
Magnificent.
Okay, they magnificent, fabulous, and I'm cold. All right. All right, y'all. So, We have some events coming up, but we're going to get to that in a little while. I want to ask y'all, okay, Reg, you've been up north, and we're Southerners. And, let's just go with what's most recent. Like, this weather, right? We shut down Metro Atlanta when we get ice, when we get threats of ice, when we get a little bit of snow. And I'm glad about it because I don't like being cold. But like in 2011 and 2014, like the highways were shut down, people were stuck everywhere, and it was far worse than it has been this week. But this week it has been. Did either one of you see the news and see how people have been stuck and out of their cars? And did either one of you experience any of that or were out in it yourselves from Tuesday when Monday Governor Kemp issued a state of emergency for the whole state of Georgia and told people to stay off the road, stay home, blah, 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 on Tuesday. So, y'all's experience is from Tuesday to now.
Actually, I went out every day and I didn't get stuck. I heard about people getting stuck. I saw on the news, I saw people even getting stuck, sliding on the ice and stuff like that. I found it very amusing.
Do you have snow chains? I'm going to
No,
get
I
some.
don't have snow chains. I don't have, I do have an all-wheel vehicle.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. You have all-wheel drive, so you just tiptoed over it, basically.
Well, it's still ice. Ice is ice. You can slide in the ice, but you just have to be careful on how you drive. And know that you don't try to go up any hills or down any hills.
So you live on flat?
I don't live on flat, but I try my best to avoid them.
Okay, did you leave your car down the street somewhere, or you was able to pull in the
No,
yard?
I pulled in the yard and
Everywhere else you went, you didn't have any problems?
I didn't have any problems.
Okay, well, where did you need to go in the snow?
I went to
Did
work.
you have to go to work?
I went to work.
UPS was still open.
It don't stop.
I went to work. I still had to work. See, what happens, I work overnight, so by the time the snow came down,
It was stopped
the
snowing.
first day, last week, it started about 9 o'clock, and that's when I get off work.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other time, it rained, snowed in the afternoon. I didn't start working until in the night, so I went to work.
Oh, you were
after.
good.
Yeah, I didn't have to drive in it, particularly when it was coming down.
Well, lucky you. Okay. Did y'all have any neighbors that left cars on the road?
Yes. I had some friends that called and said they had to go rent hotels and stuff like that because they couldn't drive or their car was stuck, kept sliding. And just in order to be safe. I think one guy, I know he said he was 2 miles away from his house and he was in his car for 3 hours. And he just gave up on putting the car on the side of the road and walked home.
I felt sorry for this young lady I saw on the news. She said she was in the car for hours and had to stay. And she had 3 babies in the car with her. I felt like that. I felt sorry for her. How about you with it? Did you have to go out in it or anything and your experiences?
Yes, I went out in it, and it seemed like somebody just took a bucket and just dumped it over the town, over the city. So I went in Walmart to get some water or something, and came back out. The car was covered, and the street was dry. As I drove to the Walmart, I wasn't in there for 15 minutes. Came back like the snow had been there for days, and it was pretty rough. Not knowing, my biggest fear is somebody sliding from another side of the street into you.
Yeah, I agree.
When there's snow heavy like that, you can't see the imperfections in the road and things like that.
Yeah, I stayed in. Thank God.
You didn't go to work?
Well, work was closed. We're trying to see what work is doing on one of those days, but work was closed yesterday and it was closed today. Don't know if corporate is going to pay us, but immediate, like they were closed.
Well, it's closed like that. I think through snow emergency, I think everyone should be getting paid.
They should be, but they don't. There are some people that will not get paid. I mean, I know some people that are working regular jobs, regular people, and they aren't getting paid because the jobs don't cover, supposedly. And I'm like, well, even though it's a state of emergency, and that was another topic, that I was going to discuss, like, how they have insurance for different things, different corporations and businesses have insurance. I feel like they should have insurance for people that for stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't help what's going on with the weather. However, people do have bills and responsibilities, and there are, you know, quite a few people that I talked to, of course, that will not get paid because they were not at work. And if they're not at work, and then remember a few weeks ago when we had snow here again, those people didn't get paid. So you're trying to do catch up from then, and then now, right? And if you don't have PTO and stuff like that, and we're talking about some regular people, and I have PTO at work, but I don't feel like I should have to use my PTO for something that is beyond our control. And I feel like big corporations ought to be able to cover that, because I work for a big corporation and they're nationwide and they made a whole lot of money off COVID and da 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 da. So for me, I'm like, y'all need to pay us. And if y'all have us out on the roads, like how many people got stuck on the road? And how many people, somebody else I know, their job, it was snowing, and here snow came down like 3:30ish, and the employer wouldn't let them leave until 4:30, almost 5 o'clock, although they saw the snow coming down. So this particular person leaves, and on the way home, basically regular time getting off, I think they got off like 30 minutes early, but on the way home had an accident. Somebody hit them, and then somebody else hit them or whatever. So their boss said they'll pay to get their car repaired.
Oh, that's nice.
But you could have let me go in the first place. Because what if you were dead? What if you were mangled? What if you were...
employees that the first day when it started to snow the first time, I knew they lived like an hour away and up in the mountains. So I told them to go ahead home, start heading home before it starts to get back, to try and make sure everybody gets back home safe.
Did they get paid for it, or y'all took that hour away from them?
Well, at that point, they're not going to pay them for the hour. No. Because we were almost finished work.
Okay. Well, you were being a nice supervisor, though, so that was nice. I think that was nice. Okay, so beyond the snow, kids are going back to school tomorrow. Some went back today. My kids go back tomorrow. Martin Luther King celebration, that was Monday, right? So I started watching that, and on that same day was the inauguration of President Donald Trump. So I started watching Martin Luther King celebration first, and it was good, and like it is typically, you know, the children speaking, the different ministers, the prayer, the students speaking, and all that. So that was cool. I love Vanessa Bell Armstrong. So it seemed like she was trying to get her tone, but I don't care how she sings. She could be off, she could be whatever, but she looks good. She sings good still to me. And it was good to see a bunch of brown people get together. So did either one of you watch any of the King celebration?
I didn't get to see it.
No.
Did you watch it, Roscoe?
I watched a little bit of it, but it's the same old every year. So it was.
So you saw a little bit?
I saw a little bit of it.
Okay, so you saw a little bit.
And at the age I am now, if I watch like the TV shows about how you got the marches and all that, it kind of amped me up, so I don't need to watch it because it motivates me to turn up.
Oh, okay. So that day would make you feel, okay. Well, at the same time, we had the inauguration. And some people felt like, when they was watching the inauguration, right? So I watched the inauguration, parts of it. For me, it was inside. Did either one of you watch the inauguration, parts of it, any of it, none of it?
I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see it?
I watched it.
You don't want to see it? Okay. And you saw parts of it or all of it?
I saw pretty much when he was
Enough of it.
Enough of it when he was signing.
Oh, that was near the end. Okay.
So I didn't see all the marching. I saw up to the marching bands and all that. I didn't see.
Did you see the beginning? Like.
No.
Okay.
But
your opinion? Did you see any clips or anything? Okay, so I want y'all to give y'all opinion first. So you go ahead.
I don't think it was bad. You know, a lot of people just don't like him. I would say he's not tactful, but if you look back, all the other presidents we have, now people say you got to speak politically correct. It's time for a change. That old-fashioned way ain't never worked. And I believe if you don't apply yourself, you just don't make it. You can't be mad at the next person for applying themselves, and you didn't.
Are you okay? What are you speaking on there when you don't apply yourself? What are you referring to?
Education or skill or something like that.
Are you saying because he is president now, if you don't make it, it's because you don't apply yourself?
Right. It's
Okay.
not because of the president. No matter which one you had. You know,
Okay.
some of the people are still in the same place they was in when Obama was in office.
Correct.
And what happened then? What was your excuse then? So, I don't put, you put faith in man. And then some people just go along with what sounds good. Everybody talking about him in a negative way, so everybody just chime in. But to me, he said some valid stuff. If you're born a male, you're a male. If you're born a female, you're a female.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you do on your own time, I have no control over that. And then
That was one of the
signs.
yeah.
And then
That
like,
he signed. There's only two genders now. You're either male or female. Okay.
and then like the illegal immigrants. To me, I think they ought to sue New York for that Lacey. Lakin, or the young lady at Georgia, because they had him arrested and then let him out when he should have been deported. He should have been turned over to ISIS. So that is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of them out here, a lot of illegals. Not saying they committing crimes, but still.
Okay.
That's how I feel. And then about
He said no more equal opportunity employment, basically. Like he said, like you ain't gonna just hire blacks so you have so many in there, I suppose. Like you're not gonna hire so many women to have so the is it the DEI?
Well, if you look at it,
So it's gonna be he
well,
said based on merit and you earned it, but it's really gonna be, I feel like your aunties, your uncles, like the family members and races that you want in. Now you can just do that, and you don't have to make it an equal employment
if
situation.
you look at it, you go to an Asian restaurant, it's all Asians.
They minorities, so they're trying to employ theirs because in certain places they're not gonna be able to be employed, and it's their private businesses.
I don't knock them for that. We don't do that.
We don't do it.
Employ our own like that. And then plus, our own don't show up to work.
I don't know on the work. That's the problem.
They don't want to work. They want a handout.
And then when you talk about other situations, other jobs and positions, then when they keep, if we're talking about corporations, right? Let's not talk about the mom and pop stuff. The mom and pop stuff is one thing. But if you're in corporations that at one point only hired the majorities, or most of the time hired the majorities and not the minorities, that's why they came up with the equal employment, to allow minorities to be in those places. So if you read that in corporations, then you may wind up with the majorities there still. Mom and pop businesses, they typically hire their own. So I'm saying, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think hiring your own is not bad. I think sometimes you also have to hire outside of your own in order to get the best. But sometimes your own is not the best. Sometimes you might hire somebody that you know just because you know them, but you're not getting the best person for the job, and your business won't excel.
So I'm saying corporations, right? So if we use my place of employment, Quest, and say if everybody that was in corporate, where there was a time before President Trump signed the papers on the document on, that's for you, on Monday, that said no more equal opportunities, so to speak, right? And if that is the case, then what happens to the minorities? If you're all gonna hire just your people, you get what I'm saying? And I'm saying in any world, say if we were living somewhere else and they said, hey, I'm living in China, and they say, hey, everybody here is Chinese, so I'm only going to hire the Chinese people. I'm not going to hire the black, the white, the green, and purple that came over here that are bilingual, that came for this, that, and the other, and all of a sudden the rules change. Then what happens? And is that quote unquote fair? Or what is fair? Y'all, man.
To me, look at how some of the people show up for a job. We don't lost a generation. They the way they wear their hair, the way they wear their clothes, and you can't be a part of the brand by your presentation. When I was growing up, you had to look a certain way, even though you might have been the crappiest dude it was.
Mm-hmm.
These kids, you know, they had a saying, say, fake it till you make it.
Correct.
They don't fake it. They think dressed up as a black hoodie with some flip-flops on. Like cold as it is now, they walk around with no jackets on. Next week, when it's 65 degrees, they're going to have on a bomber jacket and shorts.
Okay, so back to your point when you said Trump is in. It's time for a change. The old-fashioned way doesn't work, right? So those same hoodies and flip-flops is how Trump got in. How we had to fake it till we make it, and how there was when you say he didn't have tact. When we were growing up, I'm not always tactful, but when we were growing up, you were supposed to be tactful, right? So I'm saying that to say, against your point, these young people that are dressed in a certain way, their hair is a certain way, and blah, 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 blah. To me, they match the energy of Trump, right? Because he's like, hey, whatever goes. Like, he signed in freedom of speech again, right? He's like, hey, you can say what you want to say, do what you want to do. And he was shooting jabs when he was swearing in. He was shooting jabs when he was signing. He was shooting jabs when he went to do his second speech downstairs. Like he said, I'm down here with you young folks. Y'all a whole better looking, brighter group of people than like the stiffs that I just was upstairs with being sworn in. So I'm going to say, if the 2025 that everybody was worried about, all those, he gonna put this in and he gonna put this in place and put this in place. If all of that stuff is true, then definitely did not want him to be president. I wanted Kamala to be president, right? With him being president now, he is the president of the United States, and the people have spoken, right? So clearly, the majority wanted him, or either because I voted. So those of us that were so angry that chose not to vote or didn't find it a priority to vote, because of that, we have Donald Trump again as president. What I do like about him and respect about him, like I said, although I did not want him to be president, is when you watch his show, The Apprentice. Have either one of y'all, was it The Apprentice? Okay, so I feel like he is in right now as president like he was when he was on The Apprentice. He was vengeful, vindictive, smart mouth, cynical, no tact. He fired you, like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what he did during the inauguration. Like, he just was off the chain. Now, that's why I told y'all last year, y'all remember this now, I don't know if the spirit lead me, I could be president because we have some similarities.
But it come down to the bottom line, if I want you to be the brand of my company, you got to look a certain way. And it's not necessarily so much black or white. It's just the way the world is. And people don't realize that.
Okay, what's your thoughts, Riz, on the inauguration, the things he said, the things you know that he did sign into law or not into law, and he let all them January 6th people, he letting them out. Yeah, he said, and then some of the people was on there like, oh, I wasn't worried about it. He said he was gonna let us out. He said he was gonna, so he did what he said he was gonna do. So that's another thing I like, that he might be a liar like a lot of politicians, right? But there are certain things that he said. He came out the box like, and I still didn't want him to be president. But I can respect that he practicing what he preached, so to speak.
When it comes to that stuff, yeah, he's practicing what he preached. I think clearly he shows that he's not straight out there telling everyone I'm a racist, but I'm doing things to show that I'm for white power.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and let me tell you, go ahead, I'm aware.
I think that's what he's doing. I think the direction he's slowly moving everyone in, and you see it more as time goes on, and he's pushing for, like they say, white power. And I think everyone just needs to be careful of what they're doing and how they're doing things.
Did y'all see Snoop Dogg? It was different people that performed. They didn't show everyone, but it was different people that performed. Snoop Dogg, I think Waka Flocka was there. I don't know who else. Soldier. Did I say Soldier Boy? Anyway, a lot of people were coming down on Snoop Dogg because there was a time when Trump was in before, and when he first started running. When Kamala came in, that Snoop Dogg was against Trump and calling people Uncle Tom and da-da-da. So he performed now. So Snoop Dogg, I was watching the news today. Well, I'm not going to say the news. Could it have been TMZ? Whatever. Snoop Dogg's partner now at Death Row, co-founder of Death Row, he got pardoned by Trump. So he said that right now, Snoop Dogg is just respecting who's in office right now. So he went to support and show, because he has influence, to show that he's respecting who's in office right now, right? And that he uses his money and stuff and his influence to help minorities regardless. But he's getting a lot of pushback because he performed at the inauguration celebration. So do either of you have an opinion about that, or no?
This is my opinion. I don't care what color you are. If you got something I need, I'm trying to get it from you.
So green, the money.
That's all the bottom line. The color of racism is green.
Okay.
Now, you somebody, do you want to marry my daughter, be the member of the same country club, and to be things like that? Then that's something totally different. Moving.
He ain't gonna invite you to be part of country club.
So things of that nature, I could say personal things might be something totally different. But hey, who cares about all that? I don't want to eat at your house. I don't want to marry your daughter. I just want your money.
So Trump did. Snoop Dogg did right. He went to hit green. Okay.
To me, I feel like all the rest of the places are racist. I feel like Georgia Power is racist. I feel like Quick Trip is racist. The grocery stores are racist.
Okay.
I was at a Publix in one location. They had a grapefruit taste so good. I thought I was eating a plum or a cherry or a piece of watermelon or something. So I kept a little sticker off of it and went to the Publix in my neighborhood. And I asked the manager, I said, hey, why y'all don't have these in here? He said, oh, y'all not gonna pay for them. How you gonna, you don't know. People don't know.
Okay, if she come, both of them come in, they can come in.
People don't know, so they just automatically, to me, I feel like that's racist. You got 3 to 4 Quick Trips on one highway, and the price is different at all of them.
Oh, I agree with that. Hi. I agree with that. We do know that there's a difference, like on different sides of town.
Hello.
Hello, come on in.
I got my mama with me
Come
tonight.
on in. Well, hey, Rita, how are you?
Come on in.
Morning.
Come on in. You don't want to come? Okay, you want to give you a
Sit
chair?
right here.
Come, sit, mama, sit right here.
I said, no, not really.
So that's me
Hey, what's going
personally.
on, Rita?
How are you?
I just feel like
Sit right here.
racism.
You okay? No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not.
But I'm not on TV, am I?
Racism, you do
No,
have,
you're not, honey.
you have people that just straight up nasty because of your color.
Mm-hmm.
But they try to stay away from you. They kind of stay in their own box.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you bump into them from time to time. But at the end of the day, the undercover racism, them people want your money. They want you to buy their houses that they build, drive their cars. They want everything. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we have somebody else that came in, y'all. We're gonna catch her up. Introduce yourself. We can turn something up. Number three. Y'all, I'm at work. Always some more. What's your name?
Renee.
All right, Renee. What's your zodiac sign? Migraine episodes. Okay, Thomas said he have migraines. We're praying for you, honey. Praying for you.
We're praying for you. In the name of Jesus, Lord, touch his body right now, from the crown of his head to the soles of his feet, in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
So today I'm Renee.
Okay, Renee.
And I feel accomplished. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why.
And your week.
That's my week.
Yo, how you feel now and your week?
Okay, so I feel accomplished now, and this week has been challenging, and that's why I feel accomplished. That's right, because I was.
That's fine.
She looking for. Where is she going? That's my mama.
Hey, mama.
And the reason why I, felt challenged was because of what I've been dealing with my sisters and my brothers and my mom.
Mm-hmm. She's sitting out there.
She's sitting there.
On the sofa.
Oh, shit. She thought she was on the camera.
She want to make sure she's not, okay? She said, don't be showing me damn girl on it. Okay. So what you been experiencing?
Right. So you know how it is, how siblings can be, with their parents. My mother had been in Smyrna, Tennessee, 4 hours away from Atlanta, Georgia for 6 years.
Mm-hmm. I don't see her.
And one son has never come to see her. A preacher of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And the other son came because my mother kept calling the police to go to his house.
To check on him?
Exactly.
To check on him why he ain't came to see her.
She told the police that the folks done beating him up, and they kept for 3 nights straight.
Wow.
They went to his house. So that made him come up there to see her.
Stop it.
And that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then the key.
Oh.
Then the other time, then my oldest brother, not my oldest, my baby brother, he's the only one, and he live in Ohio.
Okay.
Came and saw her twice out of the 6 years that she was in Tennessee. So when it was time, let me just hurry up and get to the point. So when it was time for her to be discharged because she had 2 slip and falls, and that second one was not a good one, I had made the decision that, okay, enough is enough. I need to get my mama. Well, my oldest brother, he's older than me, but not the oldest. He wants to say, well, the family needs to have a meeting to make the decision on mama, on what we're going to do with mama. I was like, y'all didn't have no meeting when y'all left up there in Smyrna, Tennessee.
Right.
Y'all didn't have no meeting when we going to come and see mother. So he gets upset when I just snatch her and want to say, Carolyn is just trying to get mom for other reasons, financial gain. And I said, first of all, ain't nobody rich. Now, seeing that I'm not rich, we're going to need some assistance.
Right.
But that's not the whole purpose. So we found out that my brother was the power of attorney. So I said, well, mama, I got to take you back, because they called and asked her what she wanted to do. So they were saying I kidnapped her. So I had to straighten that out. And I said, mama, I'm going to leave you up there until Lathan. No, don't leave me up there. Lathan, I don't know when Lathan coming. I said, well, mom, you have to give me some type of authority then. I said, or I'm going to get in trouble. Keep, having to deal with this. So that's what we did. We got unlimited power of attorney.
She went and she changed it.
And she changed.
Right.
And then I had to bring her back. I'm the one back and forth, up and down the road, 4 and 5 times in 1 month, trying to take care of Mom.
Mm-hmm.
But so now I'm accomplished.
Accomplished.
In this area. That's right. I got
Yeah.
And all the responsibility.
Right.
All the responsibility.
Right. And I want to say this, even when you get, like, people think that you're getting rich. If your parent was the average parent that worked a regular job or didn't work at all, so you read between the lines, like, but if they did or didn't, you're not getting rich off the little money. You know what I'm saying? Like, they still, the daily needs, the daily ins and outs of living just like we have as regular people. Although you're caring for your parents, if you're doing right and spending their money on them, you're not making anything off of them.
Thank you.
I can say, I know that you take your mama to dinner, you have gone for her to get her nails done and her hair and done different things. So if you're spending the money on her, then you aren't making anything off of it. But if you're a caregiver, you should get compensated. But even if they got a little check, you ain't getting compensated for all that you put in as a caregiver.
Thank you.
If you ain't do it and you don't want to do it, you don't get a damn vote. Period. Okay?
Exactly.
So, what you talking about?
Listen, I am happy for you. Okay? I would do the same thing. I go all out for my mothers as well. So I'm happy for you. And I believe that you have to see what she wants to be to make her happy as well. You can't just put her someplace where someone's gonna leave her by herself all the time. She's, or put her in a home. Like, I don't think I'd ever put my mother in a home.
I told my children, they put me in a home, I'm stabbing whoever the hell leave me there.
That's right.
I got 6 of y'all, and as many sacrifices I done made, and as many grandchildren as I have.
That's right.
I wasn't an absent parent. I wasn't a parent. I'm still giving till I give out. So y'all leave me some damn way. I don't care. You better get a baby mama, ex-girlfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, my grandchildren, my children's grandchildren, boyfriend, mama. I don't know. Somebody. Between all y'all better figure it the hell out. Put my ass, like, figure it out.
Divided into 6.
No, but they better not leave me nowhere. That's all I'm saying. I better be in somebody's shit. Somebody's house. That's all I'm saying. Don't leave me with no strangers.
Oh, honey.
Because I wouldn't do it to y'all.
She wants to be with her firstborn.
I know. That don't want.
And he just got married a year and a half ago and has 2 stepdaughters staying with him. And he said, Carolyn, I'm not trained. Me and my wife is not trained.
Let me say this.
Care of mother.
Now, this is another opinion I have, and it's going to sound bad, and I don't care. Trump is in office, so I can say what I want to say, damn it. So, I feel like this, honestly. When men get pussy, they lose their mind.
Okay.
Right? Of all ages. Of all ages. So don't forget certain things because you're getting some pussy. Right? Okay. Don't forget where you came from because you're getting some pussy. And if you're with someone, and if your mother is a priority to you, if your mom ain't a priority to you on your own, then great. But if your mother is a priority to you on your own, and you get a mate who doesn't respect the fact that your mother is a priority to you, then you need another damn mate.
For real.
I ain't saying I have the best relationship with any in-law, but I am the one that would say if a mother-in-law or a father-in-law was in a situation that they needed help and needed somebody to care for them versus putting them in a home somewhere, and I say that right now today, I would rather if you want them here, then I'm cool with it.
You cool.
Bring them on. That's your parent, right? And if I love you, then I love what you love, in my opinion. Now, if your parent ain't disrespecting me and busting me upside the head, they ain't busting me upside the head, no physical harm. They can say whatever they want to say. You know what I'm saying? But if they're in a situation that they can't care for themselves and they need some help, then I'm a big enough person that I'm going to say what you want to say, honey. You know what I'm saying? You in a different situation, so you need some help, right? If you're able and you disrespectful and you combative, then that's different.
Right.
But if you can't and somebody need to care for you versus leaving your ass with some strangers, I'm gonna bring you, baby, that's your, because I ain't got nan other parent. Do you understand? I ain't got to do it again.
Right.
I done put in the work, right?
Yes.
But I will help you with yours. And that's just my thoughts. Everybody ain't gonna agree, and I don't care. But
what Trump said about having freedom of speech, I think a lot of people taking it out of content. You always
Oh, he
have,
said slander. Okay.
you always have freedom of speech.
Slander.
Earlier.
It's a difference between freedom of speech and slander. And then when you're
Oh, because we was talking about Chris Brown
Chris Brown,
suing people for slander,
Oh, really?
calling him a rapist, serial rapist.
so you know, freedom of speech. He just getting back to whereas now, like y'all said, the hatred. So if a other call you a other, you can't be mad and say it's a hate crime.
And if we call them crackers, they can't get mad either.
Exactly.
Right.
Look how many times they don't call us.
Right. Niggas, crackers, rednecks, all of it's
And
okay.
then, so if you call
Right.
somebody, you know, if you say call somebody from the abbreviation club, their name, it's no longer a hate crime.
Oh.
Okay. Well, whatever.
But slander would be if somebody like just straight up lying on you.
Right, but I ain't lying.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's a
like defamation.
Right, defamation of character.
Character. Uh-huh.
So,
But if it can be proven, it's not defamation of character.
Right, if it can be proven.
right,
true.
if it can be proven, right. But and then when you're in a public figure, people will talk about you. That's not.
True that.
You give up your privacy mostly when you're a public figure. Mostly. But you should still be able to go to dinner and not be bothered. Some people think. I've watched some shows like podcasts and radio stuff people have sent me. And there are some people that are in the public eye that feel like they should still be off when they're off. But that's one of the sacrifices of being popular.
Right.
Is that you give up your rights to all privacy. Like you have private moments, and you should be able to be off when you're off. I agree. But when we decide to be public figures, the reality is that you give that up.
When you off
For the money.
when you're not being seen.
There's no off. There's no off.
You always,
Right.
You
I'll be
always.
honest with you. At the level I'm at, and I can imagine the people that are at a higher level than I am. There is no off.
There's no off. You always got to be on point.
Yeah, I don't go anywhere in the world and somebody don't recognize you from somewhere. I don't get, I have no privacy. I've learned that.
I met this lady who said she met Whitney Houston at the airport, and Whitney Houston was with Bobby Brown and Bobby Christina. And, they asked for autographs and all that stuff. And she was nice when they were up moving around, but she said she was offended because when Whitney went to go sit down and eat, I guess they followed her and was like, hey, can we get a autograph or whatever. And she was like, hell no, I'm with my family at this point because I already talked to you over there. So the lady was offended. Was like, I don't like Whitney Houston because she went off on me and da-da-da-da. So I was like, but was she really wrong? Like, if you saw her back here,
Right.
and she's sitting here with her baby and her husband, like, at what point
Right.
can I just be human?
Right.
/ when we're in the public eye, then we don't have privacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give that up when
So you make your money off
so
of all those people.
you
that's
do.
around you.
But everybody gets tired. Damn it. Everybody want to eat. Everybody want a quiet moment. But I'm saying, when you sign the dotted line and you become popular and you get the checks and you the publicity, then that's part of the sacrifice that you make is that you don't get the privacy unless you at home behind your closed doors. So I agree with both.
I've been on both sides, and it's tough. You want, sometimes, like the song said, you want to go someplace where everybody knows your name, but then sometimes you want to go somewhere where you just want to relax and, even if you are whoever you are, you just want to sit there and chill,
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't really happen. I think that Candy said she went to a brunch one day,
Mm-hmm.
and she sat down, and T.I. was at the same place having lunch. But nobody recognized him, and she went over to him and said, "Can I have a picture?" And he told her, "I'll give you a picture, but we're gonna do it real quiet because I don't want anyone to recognize
Right.
me." And she gave him a picture, and real quiet. But then eventually, before he left, some people recognized him, and then the mob started to come around. But before he didn't recognize him, he was just chilling,
Trying to
relaxing,
chill.
like a regular
Until
person.
somebody.
You know what?
Candy started it. Look.
Well, she didn't sorry, but,
But I'm saying, he said, okay, we're going to do this until.
he snuck and gave her the picture.
Right.
You know, that's funny. I was at a pizza place one Saturday evening, about dusk dark, in Buckhead, Fellini's.
Yeah, I
And,
heard of them.
And if anybody ever been there, they had a little wall,
Mm-hmm.
wall. You can step on the wall and go into the pizza place. It's really not a door. And
What?
so they got a big old tables. And Fellini give you postcards, like might be an old postcard, might have Elvis on it, might have a donkey on it, it might have a butterfly, just all different type of stuff. That's your order number. They'll say, you know, the Elvis, the butterfly. Well, they had a table that probably seat probably about 10 people around. So I put my helmet down and went to refill my drink. Come back, a couple was sitting on the other side of the table. So the guy said, so I said, hey, you need something to drink?
Right.
And so
Right.
the guy and the young lady was celebrities. I'm not gonna call their name or nothing like that. But they was like, well, we sitting here, we don't want to be bothered. I said, I don't want to be bothered either. And I'm like, look around you, all the tables full with all the white people. At the time, we the only 3 blacks, and I'm not saying they would sit up that way like they segregated us, but that was the only.
Like it.
No, that was the only table that was available.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, I'm not gonna bother you. Don't bother me. And so they made a big fuss about it.
What?
And later on, it came out. The guy came up and told me, "So you know who that is?" And I was like, "No, who is it, Ed?" And you know the guy, cause I knew the guy at Fellini's, the waiter and the owner. So he was like, "That's what's called a single and her husband." I said, "Okay, who cares? I just want some pizza."
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they used to people running up to them. I don't know who you are. You know, a lot of these people don't know. They draw a lot of attention to themselves because they got this mob.
Right.
You know,
Secret Service.
you look like you just a little bit of dude and 600 big dudes walking with you.
600. I know he's.
You know, you draw attention
Right.
to you. So a lot of times people don't know who you are, especially of other races, unless you're in trouble.
Right.
But a lot of times they don't know who you are.
So, Helen, did you, before we go, because we're going to do a special guest, but did you get to watch any of the King celebration or the inauguration? Any thoughts on either? Because we talked about that also.
Very unfortunately, I did not see the King celebration.
Okay.
I really had wanted to, but I think I was on the road.
I think it's the
And-
same as every other year for the most part, but go.
And I did not
No
trouble
disrespect.
myself with watching, because it was on Martin Luther King's birthday. And I'm not gonna lie, I probably should have.
You know, it wasn't on his birthday,
No, his birthday was
the
last
15th,
week. Right.
And then they
14th.
celebrated.
15.
the 15th.
Yeah, and then they celebrated
Mm-hmm.
on the 19th, right?
The 20th this year. It was the 20th this year.
Oh, it was the 20th this year. Thanks. Thank you.
We're not getting paid by these people. We was trying to have alternative to snacks tonight, and it just didn't work out for us. So we're not advertising these people. Okay, go ahead. So you watched any of it?
Unfortunately, no, I did not
Of either?
either.
Okay. But then good. Now we're gonna go on to Reds. We have a special guest.
Is that? Thank you. Oh, okay.
We're playing some walk-in music.
Yeah, we're gonna play him some music.
Go red, go red, go red.
They got some evidence. Look. Hey. Look, he said red.
It's this Saturday.
Oh, this Saturday?
This Saturday.
Met a lot of
turn
people.
up.
Tom, it's Tom said he met a lot of people at the airport. That's for you.
Now, whose music is that?
Craig Black. We'll be in your air.
Flavor in your out. All right, y'all. I'm gonna introduce y'all to our special guest tonight.
Uh-oh, special
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Our special guest. I'm making sure we straight over here. Our special guest tonight, y'all. I don't know. Do y'all know when they be introducing people, they say introduce to some and present to others?
Right. Yes.
I'm gonna say all that. Hey, I'm gonna introduce to some and present to others. DJ Reds, y'all. Yay! I'm doing it again.
DJ.
He is the one that is the main DJ for us, y'all.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And we had
What just happened?
the apprentice DJ that done stepped up, and now he the co-main / DJ
Nigga.
Roscoe.
Nigga.
He was trained over here and picked up real quick by DJ Rez, y'all. I want to say DJ Rez has, from the moment that I met him the first time, he was definitely calmer than me. He was a breath of fresh air to the studio. He's even keel, like me, just two different even keels. Like even keel, very helpful, positive, very welcoming and warm to everyone that comes in. And right, you would agree? Yeah. Would you agree with that, Roscoe?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm appreciative of DJ Reds. He has a special occasion coming up this weekend, his birthday party on Saturday, Aquarius season. Woo-hoo. He's gonna tell us when is your actual birth date?
My actual birthday is the 27th.
Okay, so after that, 2 days after.
Okay.
But he's having a birthday party. Look, let me show y'all.
Okay, look at that. Look at you.
Look, I'm showing y'all. Touch of
Now,
red.
whoever put that together, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all. I guess y'all can see here. I'm just showing y'all. Hold on, I gotta show it on here too, y'all. Hold up, hold up. Hold up. Y'all know me. I just be all over the place. But I'm used to it. Y'all ought to be used to it. So y'all ought to show up this Saturday. What does he look like?
Yeah, who he look like?
Himself.
Oh, remember I told you LL Cool J?
Okay, well there you go. Yeah, Cool J. Okay.
I didn't say
So-
his twin, I just said
Um,
his favorite.
So we have Rez as a guest tonight, and he's gonna answer some questions for us. He's gonna tell us about himself and how he got started and all that. But first, I would like for you, Rez, to introduce yourself. You can be whoever you want to be on my show, remember. But I already said his name, Rez, about 5,000 times. Thomas said applause for DJ Rez. Yay! I am reading your comments. You said the siblings, y'all gonna take care of your mama. You said amen to the prayer. And I read everybody you said you saw at the airport, Thomas.
Big up, Thomas. Big up.
You didn't hear me? Okay, so.
That's my time.
Right. Tell us your name again and about your party. And then I'm gonna, start anything you want to say to us before I get started.
Okay, so my name is DJ Reds. I'm the owner of a musical group called Spectrum Disco.
Oh.
And there's about 8 people that fall underneath that umbrella. And it used to be 12 owners, but now it's down to really me, the primary owner. And been in existence for about 40 years now that I've owned this business. I've been playing music. And my birthday party is going to be on Saturday, which I'm very ecstatic about because I've been doing it for a couple years now, and every year it gets bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
People flying in from all over the world to come to my birthday party, and I'm excited about it. So.
Okay. Now, let's talk about Spectrum, because you said something. So, Spectrum,
Yeah.
entertainment,
That's Spectrum Disco.
disco. Okay, so with Spectrum Disco, is that DJs? Are there singers? Are there dancers? Like, describe disco to
Spectrum
us.
Disco is all DJs. So on the platform, there's everyone's a DJ, and they all play in different areas and do different things. Like Mikey lives in Virginia, Chucky lives in Texas, OJ lives in New York.
Okay.
I live here, Super C lives in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So everyone plays on the spectrum, but in different parts of the world.
Okay. Spectrum Disco.
So those just some of the cities, I'm sorry.
No, you can keep, you can ask too.
Yeah, so those are some of the cities that they live in, but we travel worldwide.
Oh, okay, and some, when you say worldwide, that means outside of the United States.
Outside of the United States.
So
This
London,
last year I've been in
Africa.
Jamaica, London, Africa, China. Mikey played in Italy, and he played in I think Pakistan and one of those other islands over here as well. Supposed to go to Germany. It's a bunch of different places.
So when you go to those places, do you know any of some of those languages, or what are you
Nope,
using?
nope, and nope.
And what type of music do you play when you go
I
to
play
those
reggae.
places? Your reggae. Okay, so they like the
They
reggae.
like the reggae. You'd be surprised that you go certain places and they know the reggae just as much as I do.
Okay.
Do you guys have please excuse me, do you guys have an interpretation app on your phone?
Nope.
They're just like reggae.
Nope. They like reggae. They understand what
No,
we're saying.
I'm talking about, do you understand what they're saying? Like, I'll be turning on my
Translator.
Right, translator app. Do you have a translator app just in case,
We have a translator app.
Or do you
but
have
most of the
hosts
time
or people
there's
that
a
host you,
There's
right,
someone
as they
that
travel?
goes over that will do all the talking and all the interpreting, and they just drive you everywhere and you just do what you have to do.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to do a whole bunch of talking. Even the radio interviews, you speak English, and if they want someone to interpret it, they interpret it.
Oh,
So tell us where you were born.
Okay, so a lot of people don't believe it, but I was born in Jamaica.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was born in Jamaica. I am Jamaican. My
I knew
mother
that.
is Jamaican. My father is Jamaican. We are all Jamaican.
Okay.
Some people don't believe it. They think I come from all these other islands and places, but I was born in Jamaica.
Okay. So, what age were you when you came to
I
America?
came to America at the young, tender age of 5.
Oh yeah, you were young and tender still.
So now
Yeah.
people think that because I came over here, that means that I'm American. No, I grew up in a Jamaican household. My parents kept the culture in me.
Okay. Okay.
So it's not like I swapped. I still have the culture. I didn't lose anything of the culture. The only thing I might not have is the accent,
right.
and that's by choice.
Okay. So when you were a youngster, did you always know or did you always like music, one? And what influenced you / what age did you start in entertainment?
So I always liked music, but there was no influence to me. What happened? It's a weird story, but my brother, I was the youngest one.
Okay.
All my cousins and brothers and stuff like that.
How many
Sisters.
siblings?
I have 2 sisters and 1 brother.
Okay.
I'm the youngest of 4. And then all my cousins, everybody's older than me.
Okay.
So they kept the party at the house, the house parties, and they said I was too young to dance with all the girls, and I was short. I was probably like 4, 11 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they said, you just stay in here, and when this record finished, you put this one on, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, so that's where it started. At 4 years old.
That's where it started.
Okay.
So,
You was 4?
No, I wasn't 4. I was probably about
If he was 4'11", he
probably
was
about 13
Right.
or something like that.
Oh, okay.
okay.
I was young, but that's
Oh,
how.
4'11".
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm not thinking.
4'11" was
I'm
my
thinking
height.
the age.
Okay,
4.
uh-huh.
I was a short. Not talking about.
So while you were changing music, what were they doing?
Everybody was out there partying. I was in a whole nother room.
Oh, okay, okay. So they had the
Back in
speakers
days,
out there.
Yeah, they had the
Okay.
speakers out there. It's back in the day, the house party.
Okay,
Okay.
So they just left me in the room, and I just kept putting song on after song.
And
So
it was
did you
okay
know
with it?
at that age how to blend the
know how to blend
music
it,
or
how to
anything? You
mix it,
just
all
kept
that.
just changing. Okay.
I just kept changing, but they did leave the equipment at the house. And when they left the equipment at the house, I self-taught myself how to mix.
Okay.
Um,
How old were you when you did like your own party on your own? Not the family house party, but you know.
Probably when I came out of high school.
Okay.
That's when I started to play for parties.
Did you make money then?
Yeah, we just started making money. But the money we made, we invested back into the music business.
So when you think about the past, you said you've been doing this for like 40 years, right?
Yeah.
So when you go back to high school, out of high school, the amount that you charged out of high school, what was that? I know you might be a fossil, but how much then compared to now? Like so charging then for a
okay,
party.
so the difference then and the difference now is out of high school when I used to do those house parties or the other parties, we traveled with the entire sound system.
Wow.
Now I'll just walk and bring a laptop or 2 speakers. But
So tell us an entire, because you know a
and-
lot of people
so to bring the
watching.
entire sound system, it used to be walking. It used to be anywhere from $800 to $1,500 per party.
Okay. And what were you carrying in?
Right.
Well, we weren't doing house parties. We were doing we were renting out spots.
Wait a minute, 1,500 was for a house party? Or
Well,
venues?
big parties.
Okay, so I'm
We
saying,
stopped the house parties after that because they
Y'all had elevated.
elevated.
so when you're carrying in equipment, like, I know musician life and people doing different things, but take us to what you had to carry in to an event versus now when you said you can carry a laptop.
Yeah, versus now.
How time has changed.
Now I'll bring 2 power speakers and four power speakers, and that's
That
it.
was big.
Back then we were bringing all these bass bottoms, scoop bottoms, double 18s, racks of amplifiers, tweeters, horns, mid range.
These are some speakers and
The big speakers, like when you go outside and like what they use at the stage show.
Right.
That type of stuff is different to different
I'm trying to
parties.
let them know what you're saying. Hmm.
Yes, because that's how parties were back then. If I
So
was
you weren't transporting these things in a regular car.
No, we had to buy 2 vans in order to transport these things.
Okay.
So, because if I was a DJ and you was a DJ, you had to bring your stuff and I brought my stuff. You wasn't playing on my stuff.
I know.
Right, because they were serious about their
We were
stuff.
serious about our stuff.
So you had to have a little muscle too to carry all that stuff.
Not only muscle, but it elevated to the point where we had guys that just came around to carry that stuff.
Okay, yeah. You do have helpers in the music
There's
industry.
just
Okay.
always people that want to come, people want to get in the parties free, and then, just have guys that used to carry the stuff. Even when I DJed in clubs, I used to have guys that brought my records in and set them up. I just walk in the club and just play.
And you get them food and drinks and maybe tip them a little something or they just get in the
I
party.
used to pay, so funny, but I used to pay a guy $500 a week to carry my records from party to party.
That was good back then, right?
Shoot, yeah, that was good.
Yeah. It'll help somebody now. Right.
That's the only job he had.
Right. So that was good.
So, question real quick. But those that you weren't paying like that and they would just want to get in for free, did they ever drop anything and tear up anything?
Stuff dropped all the time.
Right.
But for the most part, no, nothing really tore up, nothing like that.
Oh, okay. But your stuff was insured anyway.
It was insured. Everything had to be insured,
Right.
and we owned everything. But
You got a question?
Who are your favorite? Thomas said reggae music. I think he said is the best music. Is that right? And then he said who they play some kind of bliss. He said he put something with a G. I don't know. I can't see it now. Anyway, he said DJs looked up to. Okay, who are your favorite DJs that you looked up to? And do you only play reggae or do you play house music also?
I play everything.
I was gonna say you play everything.
I've learned over the
Best
years.
favorite DJ.
Okay.
I've learned over the years to not minimize yourself by saying I'm a reggae DJ.
Right. Because it does limit you.
It limits you a lot. So I play everything. So that's why a lot of people don't know where I'm from, because I'll go someplace and I've gone to, and Candy can tell you, we've gone to parties, especially since I've been down here, and some parties I don't play any reggae, none whatsoever.
So when you first started playing, though, you played
When I
reggae,
first
and at
started
what
reggae,
point did you say, I need to broaden my genre of
When I
music?
started to realize that everyone that came to my parties wasn't Jamaican.
Right.
Right. Right, exactly.
That's high
That
school.
reggae
High
music.
People used to be, jamming to the music, but then after a while you realize that, and then I have a large female following. So I used to realize that a lot of the girls used to like when I played a little bit of soca, a little bit of American music.
Okay.
and this and that. So that's how I got more into being, and that's why I call myself Spectrum Disco. Because I started off as Spectrum High Power,
Okay.
and I changed it to Spectrum Disco because it's more international, and disco means party for everyone,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
not just one dimension of people.
Right.
So you said you catered to the women.
I'm more catered to women.
Okay. So when you were younger
Mm-hmm.
and you were doing the music and the parties and, American, what were some artists that males listen to? Like going out of high school age, like
back then, everyone was on the Biggie thing, Biggie, that he just played the
mm-hmm.
Craig Max and all that stuff. were listening to. And then you had the American artists that that we used to hang out with, like the Red Foxes and a bunch of other people I used to hang out with.
Okay.
Shaggy, and I went to school with Shaggy.
Because I was gonna say back then, some of the artists that you named, although you catered to the women, there was still a lot of men that were out. You know what I'm saying? So finding the balance between the two, or were you Rico Suave, so to speak, and you were more Red Suave? Well, were you Reds then? What did you start out as?
Started out as Reds.
Okay, so you were on Red Suave. So you was trying to get you were catering to the women.
My stage name is Reds.
And his last name, middle name is Reds. We was watching something the other day, and the man said his name was Deacon. Oh, yeah. First name, middle name. That's all.
That's what's on your birth
It's not on my birth certificate, but I don't like telling
He's not gonna tell his real name on here, so you can be whoever you want to be on here. Okay. And that's who he's been for 40 plus years.
That's good.
DJ Reds.
Most of my
Okay.
family call me Reds.
Okay.
A good 98.5.
Right.
My family call me Reds.
All the old people call it right now.
His real name, right?
No, they call me Reds.
Like your mama and your auntie and uncle them.
My mom will call me anything that comes out of her mouth.
Right.
Because she can.
Right.
It all depends on where we're at, because if we're out someplace, she won't say Reds.
Right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So she still has all of her cognitive
Yeah.
faculties working, because she remembers to call you different names in different places. Okay, that's good.
Question.
Okay.
So do you do any gospel?
He does. He does that.
I even had a gospel show on this platform.
Who did?
I had a gospel show. I used to play gospel music every Saturday morning.
He did. Mm-hmm.
And I have played for parties where I've only played gospel music.
That was my next question.
Rez is a Christian.
When I tell you I'm international.
Rez don't drink.
No, I don't drink.
He don't
or
smoke.
Awesome.
I don't even know if he said a bad word.
I do.
In my
cuss every
presence.
now and again, but,
I was gonna say I don't think he's a Christian.
What
He
happens
is
is
a
I try
Christian.
to minimize the cursing, because being on the radio and being on certain platforms and going certain
Right.
places, you tend to do it by mistake if it's something you do on the radio.
Right.
So I don't have to watch my tongue when I'm speaking, because I try not to do it all the time.
Right.
See?
Exactly.
Good guy. So y'all can book him as a Christian gospel. Y'all can book me. But he said he does play gospel. He does play house music
I do play house
and
music.
reggae.
I do play reggae. I do play old school R&B, old school reggae. Only thing I don't play a lot of is the new rap.
Okay, so I have a question. Being a young person in the music industry, right? And I'm saying some of this from experience of being close to people in the music industry. So you're in the music industry. How old were you when you became a parent?
I was 20.
Okay, so at 20,
Oh, wow.
and you're trying to, at that age, did you have other career aspirations, or what was at the forefront of your mind? Was it music, DJing, or you just was trying to figure out life?
I was trying to figure out life.
Okay. And how did your parenting that 20-year-old, because at 20, and then how old were you when you had your next children or child or whatever?
Let me put this out that people might not believe. So my daughter was born at 6 months. She was a Pr1ma.
Okay.
And when she came out the hospital, she lived with me. And she lived with me until she was 3 years old. That she moved.
You and who?
She lived with me, and I used to live with my mom.
Okay, so your mama helped. Okay.
So I had help. We've always had help.
Okay.
And in my family, we don't call it I have someone to babysit. We are one.
Right.
So I used to watch my sister's kids. My sister watches my kids.
Yeah.
I watch my brother's kids. My brother watches my kids.
Was her mom at the house also?
My mom used to come to the house. She had free rent to come to the house.
Oh no! So when she had the baby, she gave the baby to you.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because after she had the baby initially, she had a fever. You're not allowed to leave the hospital when you have
Right.
a fever.
Okay.
So the baby came to my house, and then my mother was like, "The child is not leaving the house at night to go over somewhere
Right.
else." So just that she stayed with me. And then she was also going to college, and she had to go to college during the day. And
So was her mom? What race is her mom? Jamaican?
yeah,
Okay, cool. So she knows the culture. Okay.
yeah, and I used to be home all day.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't make any sense to me to be home all day, have the baby, and then at night. We bring the baby
Pass
over
off at
and
night.
bring her back. You know, so that's how come she ended up staying with me,
Okay.
which was fine with me. I didn't mind.
So DJing as a parent, because when you're in the music world, of course you're out and about and you sacrifice time with family, and you're also exposed to different things when you're out and about at these parties. So tell us some of the challenges being a young parent, trying to figure it out.
My biggest challenge was, well, in New York, it was totally different. I used to DJ 7 days a week.
Wow.
Okay. So your family watched the baby while you DJ 7 days a week.
Right,
Okay.
but she slept all night, so it was easy.
Right.
It was always something. And then everyone got up in the morning and would
That's
leave.
because she went breastfed. That's why.
Right.
Everyone got up in the morning and would leave, so then I would have to.
And then you would have her, yeah.
I had to get up early. And then we developed a thing where she wouldn't even want to get out of bed until I woke up.
Mhm.
She just stay in bed and lay there right
Right.
with me.
Wow.
And when I woke
Kids
up,
do that.
Trained.
You close the door and just let them roam in that area, they'll be alright till you
She
get up,
wouldn't
make
get
sure
up
they
in
eat.
bed.
But I'm
She
saying
said-
if they big enough,
She
they'll
was still
toddle
right
around.
in the bed with me until I woke up.
Oh.
Okay.
So it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was that difficult, but we made it happen. So.
But the out in the industry part, how was that? The challenges of that, or it wasn't challenging? You were having fun and okay.
I kept the two separate.
Okay.
My personal life is my personal life. That's what I always say. People ask my name is Reds.
Okay. So when you're in the music industry, right? When you're in the music industry, like, what are the highs at that time? Because it's changed some now. Some things are the same. So the highs of being in the music industry and some of the lows in the music industry.
Highs of being in the music street, going places, taking pictures, signing autographs, limousine drives and stuff like that. My friend Super C, he used to make records and stuff like that. So we used to go places off of, we used to go places off of me DJing, but we also used to go places off of him as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to travel a lot and go different places. So that was some of the highs, just traveling and going to different cities and states and
The VIP treatment.
The VIP treatment.
Okay.
It was nice. It was nice. But now,
The lows.
the lows.
Not getting paid.
No, we got paid. To me, some of the lows
But not on
sometimes.
time, huh?
Some of the lows sometimes
You
is
paid
just,
upfront.
your privacy.
Okay.
That's always been a low to me because when I'm not DJing, sometimes I do want my privacy. It's cool to walk places and say hi to people, whatever the case may be. But then, like I couldn't go nowhere in Brooklyn and my mother not call me and be like, "What are you doing in such and such?"
Because somebody knew.
Somebody done told. Somebody sees you someplace.
Right.
You just you give up a lot, and it comes with the business. You just have no privacy.
So a low, well, this might be a high to somebody. So,
It depends on who you are and what you want.
right, that's what I was going to say. Because in the music industry, just like in any celebrity, you have access to a lot of things that the average Jane does not have access to when it comes to the things. Because if we go to celebrity and stuff that's in the media now that is negative, everybody that says they're raped ain't raped. Everybody that said they were drugged weren't drugged. They participated, right? So, because people want to be famous, they want to be in the who's who. They want to be in the club, and in the who's who. That's from the ministers.
Ask Robin Givens. That's how she got her.
But not just that, like in the church and politics, and you know what I'm saying. Like it doesn't matter. For some reason, more women than men, I would say, want to be in the who's who. So they'll do whatever to be in the who's who. They'll throw themselves in, right? Besides drugs, besides like the compromises that are made. But to some people, the things. But okay, you also thinking about people will bring you things like. For those of us that know what boosters are and stuff like that, like you will have access to things as celebrity.
There's nothing I could not get.
Right. So I'm saying, like, to me, that could be a bright side and a positive side. So that's why I'm asking, like, not just your privacy being a dark side or not so good, like as a 20-year-old or in your 20s and 30s, because now you're AARP. But in your younger years, the things that you had access to, did you see anything dark or not good or negative?
So let me give you some examples. Like,
right. Because this is for everybody.
Yeah, I probably had about 40 pairs of sneakers. 40
Okay.
pairs of sneakers.
Okay.
And I give away sneakers all the time, constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I never used to buy all of those sneakers.
Right.
You know, like you said, boost. People bring stuff to you because of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know you want it, and then you're getting it.
Right.
So $100 pairs of sneakers, I'm paying $20 for.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And they didn't charge me at all because I'm getting stuff. They know I'm changing clothes all the time, so they bringing me clothes. I'm getting this, I'm getting that. You know. So my wardrobe was lit. I had so much clothes, and then you only wore an outfit one time back then.
Right.
Very rare would you be repeating something.
Right. Especially out in public.
Especially in public. So if I wear something to this birthday party, if I wear something to this event, something big, I'm never ever wearing it again.
Mm-hmm.
So you were constantly getting clothes, and you had tailors who made your clothes for you. You know, just different things, and you get different perks according to who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And you didn't always pay for those things with cash money.
No, you don't always pay for those things.
Okay.
And then I always tell people I'm not a bad person, but I know some people.
Right. That part.
That could be bad for you.
Right.
Which is a negative and a plus all in one. You know, you could go anywhere you want because you don't have to worry about anything because of some of the people you might know.
Right, got you.
Please pray for his mom. Okay, we're praying for her because she fractured her ankle in the shower. So we're praying for mom.
Praise
Did DJ Reds answer my question? My apologies, I had to step away. Yes, he said he plays all kinds of music.
All kinds of music, all kinds of music. I actually like all kinds of music. When I'm by myself, I wouldn't say I listen to one genre more than the other. I would listen to anything. You know.
I like to hear some gospel reggae.
So, I like all kinds of music. I grew up in the church, right? But I like all kinds of music. Me personally, if you hear me singing from all genres, I know the words to more gospel than I do to anything, but I know all of it. So you know what I'm saying? I know something in every genre. So you might hear me cussing right here. You may hear me doing some reggae here. You may hear me doing kiddie music here and but the church music is what really like. I can tell you, I know every song from the top to the bottom, right? Every kind of song from every artist, and I may not be as versed in others, but I like them all. But gospel would be me, right? So if you were to choose, what would be, although you know a lot, but if you Rez on the inside, what genre of music would it be?
I think it'd be a toss-up between like smooth R&B and reggae.
Mm-hmm.
I do like smooth R&B.
I like R&B.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I like smooth stuff like the Neos and the
Okay.
just the smooth R&B. And,
So
I also like slow jams.
I like all of it, but like if you knew I'm saying the words, like from the front of the song to the end of the song, and thousands of them, and it's my shit. Like, what would it be? Which genre of music? You gotta pick one. You know, on my show, you gotta pick one.
It'd probably be reggae.
Okay. Okay. But that's what you came from, right?
Reggae is in his blood.
Yeah, it's not really in my blood because growing up in New York, when I was growing up, I wasn't listening to reggae like that because in New York City, on the radio wasn't a lot of reggae shows. It was mostly American shows. It's like the Americans now. It's like the people from the islands now who have kids. Those kids are listening to mostly American music. They're
Right.
listening to the reggae like that. So I grew up. Most people who grew up in Jamaica grew up listening to their parents playing reggae. I grew up to my parents playing American music on the radio. So when I started to play reggae is when I really started to learn reggae.
Okay, so right now, you don't listen to certain music, you don't drink, you don't smoke, right? Those things, right? You try not to use profanity. So that's you now. You in your 20s and 30s, were you that same way? And
No,
if
my
not,
20s.
what changed?
In my 20s and 30s, I was just out there playing all types of, just whatever. Because that was what was in, and I was a younger guy, and that's we as young people, we wanted that.
Okay.
And I was the pusher, I was pushing out, and that's what everybody like. What changes?
No, wait. Go back
Go ahead.
to the cussing, the drinking, the smoking. In your 20s, 30s, whatever, did you do those things. Never, or that's what I'm saying.
I never drank and I
Okay.
never smoked and I've never been high.
Okay, good.
Never.
Okay, so that wasn't a change. This is who
It
you
wasn't
are.
a change.
Okay, good.
I've always and one of the reasons.
But you use
why-
profanity.
I've cursed, but one of the reasons why I believe that even more that I didn't drink and smoke is because I have kids, and I want kids to realize that you don't have to do certain things to be cool.
Right, right.
People feel like the only way for me to be cool is to do what they doing. No, the only way for you to be cool is to be an individual.
Right.
You know, and
And
that's
do what you're
what-
comfortable with. Right.
And that's one of the reasons why after a while I was like, I don't even think I'm going to drink and smoke because I want to be an individual. I don't want to be a follower. You know, and one of the big things that I've always told my daughter and told kids or all my nieces and nephews is, if you do something, come back and tell me you did it because you wanted to do it.
That part.
Don't come and tell me you did it because someone
That's good.
dared you or threatened you or made you
Right.
do it because
Are you
it's
trying to
what
fit
you-
in?
Are you trying to fit in? If people not gonna accept you how you are, then you just don't belong with those people.
Exactly.
That part. I agree with that 100%.
So you heard that song called "Jesus, You Love Me Too Much, Lord, You Love Me." That's Jamaican, or some kind of reggae. You ever heard that song, "Jesus, You Love Me Too Much"?
I probably have to hear it.
Jesus, you love me too much, Lord, too much. Excess love, excess love, excess love.
Well, you have to play it for him. Like,
Yeah,
put it up
yeah,
on
yeah.
your phone.
So,
So one more question. So when did the big change come in your life where you gave your heart to God?
Right. That was going to be my next
well,
question.
I grew up in the church.
Okay, at home with your mom and them, okay.
We went to church every week. You didn't have an excuse not to go to church because if you said you were sick, you'd go to church for God to bless you and make you feel better.
And make you feel better. Heal you. God will heal you. By his stripes,
How
you
mean
are
you-
healed.
How you mean you sick and you're going to
Right, you
church
are
and God is that? That's what you asking when you ready. You need to
Oh,
be
look, Thomas says, so you're DJ Reg, you Jamaican and you don't smoke ganja.
Yes, yeah. That's a big stigma that people don't believe I'm Jamaican and don't smoke weed.
Okay.
So your faith was
Not a roster.
your faith was established in Jesus.
My faith has always been in Jesus. I've always believed in God. I don't think anything ever stopped me from believing God. I believe just because I'm in something don't mean that I can't believe in something else.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, I'm out in the parties or whatever the case may be. I'm encouraging some type of slight behavior, but I'm not the one doing the behavior.
But do you believe that your light can shine because
I believe my light is
and your gift is still your gift, right?
Right.
Yeah, my gift is still my gift. As I got older, I've learned to curb my gift and control it more. So, again, the product that I put out now is different from what I was doing back then. Because
Right.
now I try to keep a cleaner party. You come to my parties, I'm not saying I won't play a song with cursing in it, but most of it does not have cursing in it. Most of it is I try to play cleaner music.
Right.
He did that to me, y'all, too. One day, all of a sudden, I ain't hear no cussing on my song, and I was like, what the hell? The Sorry Not Sorry song, and I was like, hold up. I was getting ready and stuff, and we in here, and I was like, this ain't right. That ain't what I said. Look. Then I was like, okay. He was like, it's for the radio, like, da, da, da. So, and I was like, but that ain't what I said, but okay. And we did that for a while, and I was like, no,
Just give me the verse.
F it. We're going to play my song. Okay?
I was
Squash
so
that
typical- I was so typical at a time when what's that girl? I know her name, Lord, is evading me. The one who father just passed.
Johnny.
Yanni, it was on the tip of my brain. Y'all, Yanni and you and Yanni, we was in here, and Yanni was just dropping bombs like crazy. And Red came and he's like, okay, y'all, that's too many F-bombs.
Tommy said, have you ever met Rihanna?
I know I've never met Rihanna. I've met Busta Rhymes, LL, a bunch of other people, but not Rihanna.
Applause for DJ Reg. Your light is shining bright like a diamond.
Like a diamond. I love
Earth
it.
I
Tommy.
always tell people I have a whole story, a book that I can write, an autobiography or something.
I'm sure.
You guys we just barely touching on the tip of.
I believe that.
My
But
life and career.
I do got a question for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how old were you when you had an encounter with the Holy Spirit? Because it's a lot of difference when you have an encounter. Like when I was raised in Pr1ma, it was a pastor, by the way. So yeah, we pretty much like you, always in church and everything. But and it was a lot of things that I believe because Daddy taught it. But I never forget when I turned 16 or 17. I was like, how did Daddy know this? And I wanted to know for myself. There was all of a sudden this really deep burning desire of wanting to know this Jesus that Daddy's proclaiming and everybody is shouting about. Yes, we got on the altar and we called on Jesus.
All night long.
All night long, and I did speak in tongues. But I wanted more of a deeper understanding, and only that came through an encounter with the Holy Spirit.
So since you guys are going deeper into that, before I started to play music, I used to go to church, and I was a deacon in the church.
How old were you?
Okay, so this is from 8, 9, all the way up.
They made you a deacon at 8.
I was a deacon in a church. Yes, ma'am. I used to.
They didn't call you a junior deacon?
I used to preach and do a whole bunch of other things.
Okay, then look at that Reverend Doctor DJ Reyes.
Okay.
That's something that I don't ever talk
Deacon.
about. But yeah, I was well into the church. Okay.
What denomination?
I used to be with non-denominational.
Okay.
I used to be with a gentleman by the name of Bishop Horace K. Williams, New Jersey.
Okay, Bishop. Okay.
And I was a part of his church over there. And I also used to go to church, but my mother and father went to Beulah Church of the Nazarene as well.
So they went to another church?
My parents went to a different church for me.
So how you go to another church?
Because my neighbor used to go to a church, and I went to the church with a neighbor, and that's how I met the bishop, and I liked how the bishop preached.
They had children?
Mm-hmm.
Your neighbors had children?
The neighbors had children.
So you like their church? Okay.
We didn't have we had a car, but my parents were going to a different church. I didn't want to go to that church.
Okay.
With the neighbors.
Okay. Get to Jesus however you get there. As long as you get there.
You
Okay.
didn't feel no fire over there. Okay, so you went over there and felt the fire. Okay.
I didn't feel
So did you
fire.
preach for your parents at any time? Like,
As a child, yeah.
Okay.
I preached. As a child, I did preach.
okay.
I've always believed in God. My faith in God never went anywhere.
So did anything, if you go back, like she said, an encounter, go forward to an encounter, but as a child, like as a young child, as far back as you can remember, or as young as you can remember, what excited you about God? That you said, because you said you're always, right? So I'm saying, like, what do you remember at what age or what happened that made you have this belief in God?
So I didn't have I'm not gonna say I had an encounter like she did. This is where I grew up, so everything to me was the norm. My faith in God was the norm. It's never went anywhere. It's not like I had to have an eye opener to say I believe in Him now.
So nothing ever happened in your life that challenged your faith in God. Then let's say that, since you believe what you were told from the beginning.
I never question it. I believe everything happens for a reason. Like, and most people die, I do not cry.
Okay.
I totally understand that we're all gonna go. My faith in God tells me that at one point that everyone's gonna go.
So your encounter.
So people, to me, when people die and they be like, "Oh my God, why?" I'm not gonna say, "Oh my God, why?"
Mm-hmm.
If you have faith in God, you know He has a reason why He did what He did.
But Ecclesiastes tells you there's a time and a season for everything under the
But
sun.
then I do believe that some people have died untimely deaths, that they've gone before their time. I do believe that.
That's your belief. But if you believe in God, you know God did it at the time that He wanted. Man planned, God planned.
Well,
but there's a difference, absolutely.
What about Lazarus? Lazarus went before his time, and Jesus called him back.
But how many Lazarus have there been that were called back? But not many, right? So was that a lesson just for people to see that God can raise, or is that the norm? A miracle or the norm?
I've heard a lot of testimonies where people have died and was brought back to life, or came back to life, or woke up in the morgue.
So what was your encounter? Because he said his faith hasn't wavered. It never changed. It wasn't challenged. You were, so what was the age that you remember God in church or since birth?
I grew up in the church. I feel like if you grew up in the church, it should be your belief. This is what you shouldn't really know nothing else.
Okay, I'm not going to comment. Okay.
To me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's your experience. And your experience, what was your encounter?
Right. So
that you, because you said you were raised in it also.
Yes.
But you, at some point, wanted to know something different for yourself. So what was that?
I wanted to know, first of all, I wanted to know, well, how did Daddy know this so much where he's so convinced, And being young, I wanted to make Daddy happy. I wanted, to do the right thing.
What he said was right. Mm-hmm.
Right, that what he said was right, correct. So, but when I became I never forget, starting around late 16, 17, I was like, this deep hunger, in me kept wanting to understand and know this for heroin. I just didn't want to take it for Dad's word anymore. And I began to cry out to God, be in deep prayer. I did a lot of reading. It was like I couldn't read enough. It was like my spirit was so hungry. I would just be at sometimes days just studying, and
studying what?
The word, studying the Bible.
Okay, that's what I was just.
Mainly the Bible.
Okay.
And then
did you spend a significant amount of time reading the Bible then, or were you going by what the pastor told you and Mom and them told you?
I went to Bible study classes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so my dad, of course, like I said, he was a pastor. So, we had a lot of teachings and Bible studies and things of that nature. So, but I just kept telling God, I want to know you for me. I want to know you for me, and that's when the Holy Spirit came and my encounter was like, and don't laugh at me, y'all, but it was like, I never forget it because I had got up in church and I testified and I said, God came down and he fellowship, he communed with me, and I felt like he was loving on me, I told him I felt like he had made love to me. That's how I felt. Okay, because it was like this joy, okay? Unexplainable joy. Okay.
So that's your relationship with God. Okay.
Yes, it was unexplainable. And then when I fell to my knees, I felt myself leaving my body and I could see myself in the Milky Way. And I could see the stars. I could see the universe. And I was like, God, I'm not ready. Like that. And then I came back down. Back down to my body.
And for you, your relationship with God has just been consistent from youth to now. Okay. Do you feel like you're operating your purpose? Be it the music, be it your work, or is there still more to come as far as your purpose is concerned, you feel?
As I get older, I feel like more of my purpose is to touch souls in one way or the other. Help people in one way or the other, reach people in one way or the other. I always say that everything we do, someone out there is getting a blessing or getting a teaching or getting a lesson from something. Everything we do, and I feel that that gives me a better feeling than anything else.
So if
I can help someone.
If you were to say, if you had 20 years left, because I don't want to shorten your years, because I don't know how old you want to be. I want to live to be 100. So, I got 48 more years. But, Lord willing. But if in your ideal, right, you've DJ'd for 40 plus years. So if in your ideal world, from youth to adulthood, so right now you've told us you were born in Jamaica, you came over here at 5 years old, you've been in church your entire life. We skipped school age because you've been saved and preached and all that, and you went to a separate church. You had a baby at 20, you still DJ'd, all the family was involved in that, and you've also had another child, right? So in having another child or children or whatever, what changed and shifted in who you were being a parent the first time in this industry and the second time, third time, fourth time, whatever in this industry? And I'm saying that on purpose because nobody know how many children you have. I'm just saying as an older parent.
So I have 2 kids that are mine. I have a stepson and other kids through relationships, but I have 2 kids that are mine. And my second child I had through after I was married.
Mm-hmm.
My son is 19 and my daughter's 34.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big age gap. My son is the reason why I'm here in Atlanta, because his mom's job transferred her down here, and I moved down because I wanted to be closer to my son.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't enjoy the years of just seeing my daughter in the summers.
Right.
That bothered me a lot, because you, as much as you think you being a super dad, you still miss out on so much when you're not in that
The
house
day to day. Mm-hmm.
or in somewhere where you could be closer to them. So when I came down here, to be closer to him, you know, different things happened. You know, I had stopped playing music for a while, and then I started back playing music.
Okay. Why did you stop?
When I first moved down here, I said I want to be a normal human being.
Okay.
When I say normal, I mean I didn't want to DJ.
Yeah,
I didn't
you
didn't want to be popular.
Yeah, I just wanted to be, you know.
Thomas said, "Do you still preach anywhere?"
Yeah, behind the turntables.
Behind the turntables. Okay, go ahead. You wanted to be. You wanted to be regular.
I wanted to be regular. And honestly, to be honest with you, I feel that sometimes some of the things that I say when I'm playing music, I do preach.
No, you do. I agree.
Some of the things.
And the day in with us, right? The day in, day out, you do.
The day in, day out stuff. There's a lot.
It doesn't have to be in a pulpit.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what I
right.
told my son.
To me, preaching is doesn't mean that you want people to go pick up and read a Bible selection. Sometimes preaching and telling people things is just telling them a paragraph or telling them something to make them change their thought process of what they think, or to open their mind up on something else that they probably didn't think about.
And that's why I say your light does shine. So it doesn't have to be in a pulpit. You do your life exemplifies, right? His life exemplifies light. So as long as you're encouraging and doing something positive, it's still ministry. It's just not what
So Thomas,
people
I'll give you
say.
a joke, okay? Because
Here's a joke for you, Thomas.
I played for a whole bunch of parties, a lot. One night I was playing for a party and I got hyped and I cursed, and Candy said, "What are you doing? You cursed?" But Candy, I'm grown, you know. But that just goes to show you that it's not something I do on a regular. You know, so
I would agree.
so we can get
Because if he said a word, y'all, I would be like,
yeah, everyone looks at me like,
"Did y'all
"What?"
just-"
So we can get hype and we can have fun regardless of, you know, what music I'm playing. It's just how you take it and what you want to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you became a different parent. You wanted to be regular. You
Wanted
started
to be
back.
regular.
So what made you start back DJing after you decided not to? Fun, bored, money.
No,
what?
money. When
Okay,
I
yeah.
first moved down here, I started to work. I was working 2 jobs, and then I was working at J.C. Penney, the outlet down by Forest Park.
Yeah.
We
I
used
was
to
a
go to-
supervisor down there. I was a logistics supervisor.
Okay.
And they laid me off, and I was hurt.
Mhm.
I've never really been fired before in my life. I was hurt. I've never been fired.
The nerve of them.
I drove home. I had to pull over to the side of the road. They fired me. I couldn't.
That was just God saying, get back
Yeah.
to the music.
And then that's exactly what happened. Like the same week they fired me, a friend of mine came to me and said the club that he was playing and he was going to quit, and if I could take his spot in the club.
That's right.
So-
That's God. All right.
So
Ram in the bush.
he left, and I went in, and I ended up playing in that club over 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, until last year when I stopped. So,
Oh, that club. You stop.
I don't play at the club anymore.
I
Everything that I do now on the weekends is people hire me to do private events. I do a whole bunch of private events now.
That's
good.
calling.
All right, now look at God.
Okay. I just want to say that I was watching this video on television on YouTube. There was this young man who had an out of body experience, and he was saying that it was a 2-part vision. He said the first vision, he went to heaven, and he saw a lot of folks who was in the streets, who were strippers, and that made it to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And these were his friends, you know, that he knew before he gave his heart to Christ. And then he was like, I was looking for all the church folk. And the second vision, part of the vision, he was like, all the church folks was in this room that looked like a theater, but instead of a theater wall picture, it was a garage door.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, Lord, what's behind the garage door? So God showed him what was behind the garage. It was a lake of fire.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, Lord, why are they going to hell? he was like, it's their heart.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and he took them back to those who he didn't think was gonna make it, and God showed them their heart,
Yep.
and that their hearts was gold.
The heathens' hearts were gone, is what she's
Right.
saying. Because from the video, yes. So everybody that's calling Lord, Lord, like the Bible says,
Right.
there are a whole lot of people that are condescending, judgmental, and they think that they're gonna make it based on their works, and
On
their
their
heart
works.
are different. Their hearts
Right.
don't match up. And what people need to remember is that if those of us that believe in God, in the Bible it says God judges us by the intentions of our hearts. So you can do a lot of lip service and your works can be whatever, but if your heart is not pure and your heart is not right and directed in the right in the right direction, then some people aren't gonna make it. But that's also in the Bible too, right? For those
Yes,
that believe
it
in the
is.
Bible, that there are gonna be a lot of people that say Lord, Lord, and ain't gonna be the ones that make it. So that's part of the vision that you were saying,
That
or
is
not
exactly-
the pulpit. I think
That's the
when
part
she
I was-
back to
I
the
was worried
pulpit.
about the pulpit, because Red, the Bible says it's not what goes in a man that defileth him, because what goes in you is gonna come out the dunghill.
Mm-hmm.
But it's what comes out of the heart that defiles us. So what is it that makes our hearts not clean and not pure? Our thoughts. It's our thoughts that feed our heart. And so Paul says, whatsoever is lovely, true, pure, of a good report, think on these things. In other words, meditate.
Thomas said, continue to let your diamond shine.
Amen.
Big up Thomas.
Yay, Thomas.
I was gonna say,
And because the bottom line here is,
she's giving you words of encouragement.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for letting
Mm-hmm.
them know that. That's what I'm trying to say.
That you don't have to be in the pulpit.
Right.
And that you are doing ministry. And go ahead.
And keep your heart, just keep that heart pure. David said, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength, my redeemer. So a lot of times it's the meditation, and as you continue to meditate, God is going to flow through you. And
as he already is.
ministers to people. We got a cousin named Wendy,
Mm-hmm.
and Wendy told me how many times that she had ministered. I was like, and you was doing that? And she's like, girl, I ministered right to that woman.
She
at the
sings
front.
and she's an actress and all
Right,
that stuff, and
and
God still
she-
uses her.
Yes, because God wants the heart. And he said, that's why he said, man, look at the outward appearance. God is looking at that heart.
So,
we
Riz,
have to look at it as God uses everyone different.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And everyone's put here to do something different. Everyone can't do the same thing.
Right. Our ministries are different.
Right. Exactly.
Because I would have went to Pr1ma church and Pr1ma used to preach.
I did. I still preach in here. Sure do. It's just different audience. Huh? And some of the people from the old audience, they still watch. It's just different.
Y'all think I don't be listening?
It's just different. So, because everybody has different audiences, different congregations. And I said, even when I was in Bible college, there are some people that you'll reach that I can't reach, and vice versa, right? There are people that when I was in church and in the Bible college and seminary, I was told you're not going to be able to minister, one, because you're a woman, two, you have tattoos, three, you got different color hair, you used to do this and you used to do that. And again, like I told them, I didn't feel bad. I just felt like I'll reach people you won't reach.
Exactly.
You have a flock and I have a flock.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But my heart, the intentions of my heart are good. So, and you can't judge me. So, hey, do what you do and I do what I do. So for you, Rez, if you were to, there are young people that, one, I'm going to say, I've never wanted to retire from anywhere. There's nothing that I wanted to do 40 years plus, besides what I'm doing now, run my mouth. But I want to run my mouth and get paid for it. So I'm trying to, do that when I grow up. But if you're, and what I'm saying is consistency is what I'm saying, right? Mm-hmm. So as we wrap it up, because we could talk to you forever, I had you here at midnight, okay? But I'm saying like the consistency over all these years, and your heart being in the right place, and you having a continued relationship with God, and feeling like everything happens for a reason, all that stuff, right? Kind of not. It's a question. would you do anything different? One, and if you're looking at yourself in the future, be it purpose, career, whatever, where do you want to sit on the rocking chair and say, hey, like a few more things I want to accomplish or not before you sit on the rocking chair for sure?
I'm trying to answer all your questions. One.
Well, I was trying to fit it in there so you know, so you
I
can
said if I
complete
did
it.
everything. One, I was telling people if I die tomorrow, don't cry.
Okay.
I had a beautiful life.
Okay. That's
I
good.
enjoyed the hell out of it.
Okay.
You know, I've done things and gone places. And I enjoyed it. I did what makes me happy.
That's a blessing.
You know,
Okay.
playing music makes me happy. As far as it comes to playing music, I never thought I'd be the age I am and still playing music. I've always thought I would stop.
Okay.
One thing that makes me keep going is one, I realize I still have a talent.
Mm-hmm.
Two, the day I think I'm starting to mess up or miss or just not delivering something good, I want to stop because I don't want people to remember me as that guy that should have stopped 3 years ago, but he didn't. You know?
Like they try to say retire, they need to retire.
Like
We all
Biden.
need to retire.
Like Biden.
Like a
Miss
basketball
Steppin'.
player that's going down court and just missing all the shots now, you'd be like, why don't he just stop and get
Right.
whatever?
Okay.
But I don't want people to be saying, you know, okay, Reg, it's time for you to stop. Let the next person take over.
Okay.
You know, so as long as I feel like I'm still delivering a good product and people still want to hear me, which there is, I realize that more and more, there's more people that want to hear me than I even
Right.
realize. I'll keep going. My retirement, to me, is I don't know if I ever want to just sit down and be in a rocking chair.
Okay.
Like when it comes to like, this
Right.
music thing, what I'm
Stay
doing
loud.
here at the radio station and stuff like that, I enjoy this. I enjoy being here for the shows. You know, they always ask why didn't you hire somebody to do the shows, and I probably could, but then I'd be home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like being here. I like listening to the different shows. I like the different people. Everyone brings something different. Everyone has a different aspect, a different mindset, a different thought process, and all the shows. There's no two shows that are alike.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I enjoy this. My retirement is just not to live too far from the beach.
From the
Okay, so you're gonna have insurance. Okay.
I'm gonna have insurance and still have something that, you know, like this that I can come and do when I want to.
Okay.
Because I don't ever think I want to just sit down at home and be in a rocking chair. I've been active all my life and I want to stay active.
Okay.
You know, but, you know, I'm just, I guess I'm like Candy. Candy always saying she want to be by a beach. Her,
I used to say that until we had all these hurricanes.
no, she ain't giving it up. She wants to be by a beach. So I guess some place in there I'll be by a beach. Candy, we gonna be by a beach? Yeah. There you go.
So
I guess she
my
did
last
that.
question to that part is, can you mess up music? Like in all your years of playing and hitting music and play, like from a kid to now, like if you forget to hit the button, you can mess up music, but
You can't mess up. There's a couple times I've messed up. I'll be honest, I'm not perfect. There's no perfect person.
right.
I don't auto-generate or the laptop can do everything for you from mixing to everything.
Uh-huh.
And I do everything manually.
Okay.
So when you hear
So
me
when you
mixing,
get old and you can't mix it.
then maybe I have the laptop do it for me. But right now I mix everything myself because I feel like if the laptops, and it's probably just a different type of skill, but I like the skill of me being able to do everything myself.
Okay.
Anytime I can't do it myself, maybe then I'll stop. But
So do you feel that music is your purpose?
I feel like music is my purpose.
Because is it effortless or is it
It's
a
effortless.
stressful, like,
I think that when I get behind the turntables, I'm a different person.
okay. Because I think your purpose is effortless. Like you do it, and although you could get paid for it, would you play music without getting paid? That's my question.
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I do everything.
Because you said it was fun.
It's fun. When I'm playing for parties and y'all having fun, I'm having fun.
Okay.
And my mindset is when I'm playing for a party sometimes, I can control you.
You do. Like Lucifer.
I can
Remember, Lucifer was over to praise and worship the music, and that because music is controlling, it is
I can
right.
make you sit. I can make you stand.
You
I can
can.
run back and forth. I can make you jump. I can make
You
dance.
can. You played some songs like that for us too. Jump, turn, stand,
Yeah,
clap,
so
turn.
I control everything. I control everything that everyone does.
The atmosphere.
So I control the atmosphere.
Right.
And you know, when people go out.
So is that what you like, the control?
I don't know if I like the control. I just like.
You just recognize it.
I just recognize that
Okay.
I control. I control. Like you spend your money to come out and have a good time, and my job is to make sure that you have that good time.
Okay. I
To
believe
me, that's the bottom line. I can stand there and play music for 8 hours. It won't even bother me.
So it's your purpose and it's fun. Tell people how to follow you, how to find
Let me say
you.
Roscoe my DJ got a question.
Oh yeah, go DJ, go DJ, go.
Before we, man,
What's your question?
before we wrap it up tonight, Reg,
Yeah.
could you let us know
Get
about
on
details
the-
about the party?
That was the next part.
Yeah. I can tell
When he
you.
tells us how to follow him.
Tell us how to follow you, and tickets in advance or at the door. Is it a VIP section? What is it?
There's a VIP section. I do have a section for my Caribbean Live Radio family. Okay, so you and Pr1ma gonna be in VIP. You know.
And the dress.
Do you have mixtapes for sale? I'm answering.
Mixtapes for sale. I stopped making tapes and CDs and all that stuff a long time ago. I did that as a younger person. Now I think that I really don't have the. You know, I can stand up and play music, and Candy will tell you this. I can stand up and play music for 6 hours. But if I sit down and say I'm going to make a 60 or 30-minute CD, I struggle and I mess up every 5 minutes.
Okay, so that answered your question.
And I get bored playing music. Like, I don't know how people just sit in their house and, like, guys be practicing. I don't ever practice anymore.
Okay.
Anything I do, I'm just doing live.
And it is what it is.
In the party.
Okay.
But my social media is DJ Reds, REDS, and Spectrum behind SPECTRUM. So DJ Red Spectrum is my Instagram, and Facebook I think it's Paul Spectrum. I think that's my fake name on Facebook, Paul Spectrum. And
So if y'all would like to book a party, y'all want to show up somewhere where he's
Yes.
doing something, y'all can DM
You
him.
book me,
Reach me in the
it's-
DM.
DJ Reds Spectrum is is my Gmail as well.
Okay.
DJ Red Spectrum.
Now tell us about the party.
So my party is my birthday party. It's called A Touch of Reds. And the reason why it's A Touch of Reds, red is my name, and I would like everyone to wear something with red in it. So you don't have to wear full red, but it could just be something. You could just have your nails in red. Just something with a touch of red. Ever since we came up with that concept of Touch of Reds, I just thought it was like the perfect name for my party.
It's
And
befitting of
It's
you.
befitting, and I've been doing it for about 7 years now down here.
So say the dress code again.
The dress code is semi-formal. I don't want everyone coming looking like you just came off the street. I want to have a grown and sexy event. That's more of what I cater to.
With a touch of red,
Touch
y'all.
of red, so
He said red nails, red scarf, red hair bow,
something-
red lipstick.
have something red.
Okay.
Have something red, and look elegant.
Red bottoms, whatever y'all want to wear red. Okay.
Now to get in, the tickets for the early bird tickets were $20, and those sold out.
Okay.
Right, then we're at tier 2, which is $25,
Okay.
and at the door it's going to be $30.
Okay. And it's where?
And it's going to be at Front Page Event Center, which is on Rockbridge Road,
8010 Rockbridge Road, Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Lithonia, Georgia.
Oh, here it says Stone Mountain, so Lithonia, because I question it too.
Okay,
Lithonia.
so that's what it says. It's Stone Mountain.
Yeah, see, look.
Let's see.
On that end, I know.
You see it at the bottom, all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, Candy, the flyer does say Stone Mountain.
It says Stone Mountain.
Yeah, we have to correct it.
That's why she corrected it.
Lithonia. It's Lithonia. Because when you put in Stone Mountain, it takes you someplace else. So I'm really trying to let everybody know it. It's Lithonia.
Well, those of y'all that are in the area, y'all know it's by Waffle House, 124 Package Store,
Yeah.
and the driver's license place.
That
That is where it is, y'all. If y'all, for those that are in the area, they know the area.
Contact number just in case someone get lost. 'Cause we
Exactly.
want everybody to come
Front
out.
Page Events.
If you get lost, you call DJ Roscoe. No, if you get lost,
Look
you
for
can
Front
reach me
Page
at
Events.
678
661
661
1819. Now, if you get lost or anything, you use DMV or Candy, or we'll make sure you get this.
What's Candy's information? Candy? You said DM Candy.
678-488-0528 is Candy.
488-0528.
Right, so now if you want a table reservations, because we are doing tables and bottle
Okay.
packages and all that stuff, you can contact Candy.
Contact Candy for VIP. Give us the number again.
678-488-0528.
Okay.
And we are running out of tables and stuff like that right now because as it gets closer to the day of, more and more people are
Which is
starting.
day after tomorrow, y'all.
Yeah. And the ticket sales have been going okay, And
What's the name of the center?
Front page events.
Center.
That's the name of it. So if
Yes.
they type that in,
They
it
should
Once
find
you
them.
type that in, it'll take you to the thing.
yeah.
And to me, it doesn't even make a difference how many people come. I always say that once the right people are there,
Right. Who's
That's all.
supposed to be there gonna be
who's
there.
supposed to be there is going to be there. And I'm going to have fun anyway and enjoy myself. I don't celebrate my birthday on the day of, I normally go to work or whatever I have
Are
to
you
do.
turning 25?
No. I'm much more seasoned than that. I'm
Okay.
37.
Okay, good. He's how much more season than that? Thomas said, do you ever come back to New York to DJ?
I do. As a matter of fact, I'm having a party in New York, April 26th. I'm having a party called Pr1ma Reunion. And then we also want to have another party up there later on in the year as well. I do a party in New York every year.
Okay, so Thomas, just keep listening, tune
And
in,
they
or
hire me.
DM him,
And they
okay?
hire
You
me to
find
come
out.
up there every year. Since I met Candy, I've DJed in Jamaica every year. So most of the times we go to Jamaica, we don't
Oh,
even
there
pay
it
for it.
is. Oh, no, it's just pretty. What is
Yay.
yours on Instagram?
Instagram is DJ Reds, REDDS Spectrum.
Okay.
SPECTR. You can find me on Instagram.
Okay, well, do you want to give us? First, I want to say thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for letting the audience and myself answer some questions that I didn't know the answers to. I knew some, and gracing us with your presence. You're so popular. You're a legend. So we have been
That's what
blessed
they
with
say.
you
That's what they
and your
say.
presence. So, are there any final words or anything you would like to leave with the people? And I know one more thing. Like, what do you want to do this year from this birthday to the next? Is there any one thing I want to do this birthday or this year before I turn my next year? Like when I turn 53, when I turn 37, I want to.
I don't have any of those.
Okay.
I
He
just
done did.
want
He
to.
said
He done did everything, live a good life,
I
right?
live a good life. I always say I want every year to be better.
Okay.
I want this year to be better than last year. I just want every year for me to
Right.
move
Every
forward
round
and
go
do
higher and
better.
higher.
Get more
Just
better.
travel more, have more fun, enjoy it more.
Evolve,
I want to be
evolve.
around better people. That's what I'm always telling people: leave negative people behind.
Okay.
Don't worry about the people behind you because you're supposed to be looking where you're going, which is in front of you.
Right, not your review
Everybody
mirror.
who's talking behind my back, it's okay. I don't
Because
mind.
they behind.
They
Because
behind
they're
you,
behind
babe.
me.
Right.
And then sometimes I always say, my problem is not the people who talk about me. It's the problem that people feel so comfortable to talk to you about me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's good.
Yeah, the ones around you.
Yeah, the ones
Right.
around you. I told Candy just the other day, keep your enemies close.
Well, we were all taught that.
So, I definitely do want to say thank you, Pr1ma, for having me on your show. I don't mind coming on shows and
Because at
talking
least you
my
know they're your
story.
enemies.
I know I have a story. There's a lot of people that want to get me on different shows and stuff like that and pick my brain and listen to the history of, where I came from, how I started, how things we used to do. Because there's a lot of things, and even someone said I need to collect my flowers while I'm alive because there's when you really, you guys barely touched a small piece of.
But we ain't have all that because you want to stay. We got an hour and 20 something. Oh, okay.
Can't go stick a head in here. Well, actually, I'll be honest with
I didn't
you.
bring my mom.
I actually don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm okay.
Yay!
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow
I'm going to work.
But everybody
I would
tired.
have to go because of my
Everybody's tired.
mother.
Yeah,
But what you gotta do tomorrow? What you doing tomorrow?
I'm in New York tomorrow, Thomas. I have to come up there. A cousin of mine died, so see, there she goes.
So you have to go to a
I
funeral.
have to go to a funeral in New York tomorrow.
A funeral, girl, and then you coming back tomorrow or Saturday?
Saturday morning.
Oh, okay. Well, look at that. You so VIP. Hopefully y'all don't get snowed in or out.
I have to be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you ever encounter that too when you was doing DJ?
Snowing in?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
You never got snowed in or out?
Oh, hey.
No.
Time is up.
That's it.
Y'all ain't got to go. But you gotta get out of here.
It's been fun. It's been fun. It's been fun.
So we'll get you another day. We'll get you another time to come in. We're gonna get them early in the day, Candy. Early.
Surprisingly, as much as
I see how fast
the
time be passing.
I have not been interviewed.
When you're having a good time.
Yeah.
So thank you for the interview.
Only when you're having a good
I'm
time.
glad.
Okay, so y'all
Thank
have
you
a
for
good night.
coming.
DJ Roscoe, it's time to get up out of here, man. But thank you for having me, Pr1ma.
Yeah,
Roscoe,
Thank
man.
you. We gotta take our pictures, y'all, as usual. You don't get away without taking
It's
pictures.
be so good. Excess love. Look up excess love.
We're trying to get out of
Yay!
here.